But the ambush on our nation's finest is not what's happening just in New York. In fact, last night, a D.C. cop was shot and wounded after a man randomly opened fire on him and his partner. So what's going on here? What can be done about it? Our next guest, congressional candidate and mayor of Orland Park in Illinois, has been an avid supporter of the men and women in blue and consistently fights back against progressive policies like defund the police. He joins us now to react. Mayor Keith Pekow, welcome to the program, sir. You have one of the lowest crime rates in the state of Illinois, so you can point to that record. What do you think needs to be done here?
Well, first and foremost, one of the reasons we have the lowest crime rate is because we support our police. That's what we have to do. We have to get behind and support our police. And nationwide and here in the state of Illinois, they passed a bill in the state of Illinois making no cash bail a thing of the past come January of 2023. And the whole bill is basically a criminalized policing and let the criminals run free bill. So we need to get behind our police and support our police.
I mean, just here in New York State, for example, the state attorney general, Letitia James, I think is showing some of the way that the conversation has shifted. Back in April of 2021, she had said, we need to talk about the history of policing, which is embedded in racism, going back to the slave trade, the slave code, black code, etc. And then on Friday, she was saying all of New York State is in mourning tonight. We pray for the safety of our police and our communities. We've seen, it seems, a transition that's happening here, Mr. Mayor, just because of the realities of what the BLM movement has done in this country. And now people are starting to say, including elected officials like the state attorney general in New York, oh no, we support police because without them, our societies crumble and there's crime everywhere.
We're seeing the same thing here. We see the mayor of Chicago doing the same thing and backtracking and saying we support the police and now we need to keep people locked up. Well, that wasn't the tune they were singing 2 years ago, and this was entirely predictable. So don't tell us you support the police now when we've put them at risk by allowing criminals to run free and saying that open season on police is okay. There have been many, many people for the last couple of years that have been consistently behind our police. Those are the people you should support, not these people that are backtracking because of political expediency.
We have more examples here of people in the New York context after what happened this past weekend who have been saying very different things now than they were back then. And obviously some of this is driven by the fact we just had a police shooting, but the crime rate here has been going up and up for months on end. Councilmember Shahana Hanif in January of 2020, more police won't keep us safe. Meanwhile, on Saturday, was saying heartbroken by last night's shooting in Harlem and the violent start to the year. Assemblymember Robert Carroll of Brooklyn, June of 2020, our streets have been over-policed and black and brown Americans over-criminalized. Saturday, rest in peace, Officer Jason Rivera. Your service will not be forgotten. As New Yorkers, we need to come together as one. I think it's amazing to watch so many politicians. I'm sure it's very similar. We could probably pull the same kinds of tweets from Chicago and aldermen in the city of Chicago and people that are working for, or perhaps the mayor herself. It just seems like they were willing to be, when it was politically expedient, very critical of police, even saying the cops were racist. And then when we see what the crime rate is, and we see what's happening to officers in increasing numbers, they're saying, yeah, maybe we need to rethink that a little bit.
Certainly. And if you go back to the riots of 2020 in June, we declared, aside from the fact that we have 12 million square feet of retail and those riots tried to come here, we locked everything down. All of our police officers came in, including people who were on vacation. They came in to make sure that our city was safe. The very next day, we declared it our police department's appreciation month. Because in our town, we're not 100% Republican or 90% Republican. It's about 55 to 45. 90% of our town supports police. This is not a Democrat or Republican issue. Both sides of the aisle, the average person supports police. They want their towns to be safe. And that's exactly what we've done here. And we've done it first and foremost through supporting our police, but secondly, with proactive policies that put criminals behind bars, or at least put them into the system, because Kim Foxx lets them go here in Chicago, but we continue to catch them. And guess what? When you do that, they stop coming back because they don't want to be caught.
While a lot of Democrats in Illinois are fighting to defund the police, or have been in the past, you're fighting to back the blue. Tell us about the Medals of Honor you awarded to police last week.
So we had awarded 4 Medals of Honor to 4 officers. And here's the situation. that this individual had had three hit and runs, and the last one disabled his vehicle, and he ran behind a store. The eyewitnesses said that he was armed. He hid behind some bushes. We had 4 officers surround him. He was hidden behind bushes. He said he was armed. He said he was going to shoot them. He came charging out of the bushes with his hand in his pocket, and he pulled out a cell phone. Now, our officers had their weapons drawn, as they should have, and amazingly, they didn't shoot him. It ended up in a scuffle for one of their guns. They eventually subdued the individual. But you think about that, what I just told you, how easily, and it would have been a justifiable shooting. It just goes to show you, officers don't want to shoot someone. They put their own lives at risk by confirming what he had in his hand, when it could have, if it was a gun, they would have already been shot at. They did all of that because they don't want to shoot anybody. And they ended up subduing him and saving his life because they didn't shoot him. Not
Mayor Kekal, why are you running for Congress, by the way, before we let you go? We appreciate you talking about the crime issue. Why are you running?
I'm running because we need to bring back to America, we need good people in office. We do not need the far left of Nancy Pelosi, Sean Casten, Marie Newman, who are in our district. And that's why I'm running for Congress.
All right. Good luck to you, sir. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.